All right, y'all. We got one for the true hardcores out there, or the true degens, however you want to put it. My boy Guru on Twitter requested this one specifically, so you know your boy Breaking Bad Boxing had to deliver. We have a interim WBA super featherweight women's title fight coming up here for you. It is in France on a Thursday morning, depending on where you're at, maybe a Thursday afternoon, versus Remma Edi and Elif Turhan. I'm pretty familiar with Elif Turhan just due to the fact that I bet her at a plus 500 underdog against Shauna Brown, if you remember, if you follow Twitter. With that being said, let's kind of get into the X's and O's. Let's get into the breakdown. Now, remember, y'all, this is a pure Degens delight. So this is not my gambling advice. This is simply my breakdown of what I want to give to you. And I also wanted to give my boy Guru his breakdown that he asked for. So that being said, let's start off with the home fighter. This fight is in France. Let's start off with the 11-0 Remma Edi. She only has one knockout to her name. She's 34 years old, has a little bit of amateur pedigree to her background too as well, and she's from France. So this is one thing I want to say here. With Ayadi, I found a fight against Chiza Homakoma. Can anybody tell me why this fight is not listed on BoxRec or listed anywhere for that matter? I couldn't find this fight anywhere. I looked through every single photo I could find on BoxRec of Iada's opponents and could not find this lady. So if anyone can tell me about Chizda Homakoma and why this fight's not listed anywhere, I'd be very grateful. So let's get right into it. Ida, good right hand right here. She's really good at landing the overhand over her opponent's jab. Good straight punches. She walks you down. In this fight, she was walking Homakoma down as well. She tries to be a counter fighter, but then gets caught up while punching with her opponent. As compared to going first and third or second and fourth, as I call it, odds and evens, she ends up getting to these exchanges while throwing exactly at the same time as her opponent. In this fight, she had really good ring control. She utilized her feints. She had a good shell in this fight when she was fighting inside and up close. She definitely has a lot of lulls of inactivity where she doesn't do much, just kind of stops and stares. She holds her shape, she holds her cardio, which I was really impressed with. But round over round, she slowly got slower. Her punch mechanics, everything kind of started to come out slower and less methodical and more plotting, to say the least, to be honest with you. She had good balance, but she does exit in a straight line, and she does drop her hands when she exits in a straight line. I don't have my normal notebook, by the way. I'm using it off this notepad. Her fight against Karina Kopsinka on BoxRec, it's Karina Smalsberg. Now, she's fighting absolute cans, y'all. I'm talking 15, 32, and 1 fighters with, 1 win to 3 losses on her record. Not good at all. So take that for what it is. Her record of competition is not very good. Against Karina, she had a really good jab, good body punching. She got caught early while brawling. Karina was brawling in the first 2 rounds, and I thought took the first 2 rounds off her due to her pressure style coming forward and just causing the brawl with her. Now, Rima kept dipping her head and dropping her head, damn near causing head clashes with this Karina girl, which definitely is a big red flag, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more in another fight. After the first round, she really found her space in this fight. She really controlled the fight, started fighting behind the back foot on her jab, finding the range control well. She had landed a bunch of left hands down the pipe that were really sharp, really crisp. She was firing off on Karina when she was blitzing and started kind of planting her feet and catching her while blitzing and setting traps. She does have an inability, I think, to hold her opponent, whether that is holding her opponent against the rope, whether holding her opponent in the center of the ring. I don't think she's good at holding the quote-unquote real estate, to quote Teddy Atlas. Now here, let's see. Oh, going backwards. Sorry, y'all. Not having my notepad definitely throws it off a little bit differently. But again, this is the Degens breakdown for us, so I may as well have the Degen little handy-dandy notebook. Now, Aya versus her fight against Pasa Malajic. If you go and watch this fight, it's a 5th round TKO. Dude, it was a headbutt in the 5th round, and the ref called it. Somehow she has a TKO win on her record. Her only knockout on her record, by the way, y'all, is from a headbutt. You can go find this fight on YouTube. She was lunging forward, losing her feet, losing her shape this whole fight. Again, she has good pace, good cardio. So when I say losing her shape, losing her balance, overthrowing herself, getting her shoulders over her hips. There was literally a headbutt every single round in this fight. Minimum a single round per headbutt. There was some good body punching in this fight. Anytime that Malajic would hold her head, she would punish her to the body with rips to the body in combination. There was a few moments of sticking and moving in the 4th round that I really did appreciate by Ayada, But besides that, this fight was literally a pummel, wrestling, hugging, headbutt fest. And it ended in a 5th round knockout, quote unquote. That was really a headbutt. I have no fucking clue how that was counted as a knockout and not as a headbutt. If you guys have a chance, go on YouTube. You can find all of these fights on YouTube. Now, Ayadi versus Shakarov. Shakarov, again, horrendous record on her. She came out in a tennis outfit, y'all. She came straight off the tennis courts to come and fight Ayadi. She beat up this poor soccer mom pillar to post all 8 rounds for the fight here. She had good pop in both hands, kept her shape the whole time, didn't take any chances that she didn't need to take. And again, this poor soccer mom just got beat up pillar to post, showed good levels punching. But again, even against Shakarov, she was running head first. This is something to keep in mind, y'all. Now let's go talk about our opponent, the Turkish 10-0, 6 knockouts, Elif Turhan. Elif Turhan, by the way. Oh, one thing that I also wanted to come out and say that I don't know why I just had a mind block here for you, that I wanted to come out and say here. Ayadi is a southpaw fighter too as well. Turhan, I've noticed, has moments of switching stances, and you'll notice by her fight style because all she does is walk forward like a zombie. Santino DeFranco, MMA coach. I love listening to his fight breakdowns for MMA. He calls it Homer Simpsoning. Homer Simpson. Turhan fights just like Homer Simpson. She walks forward like a zombie. Zero boxing acumen, but damn, she has a good sweeping left hook, and she hits hard as hell. You could tell she hits hard as hell too. Against Shauna Brown, she was honestly getting pieced up in the first 40 seconds of this fight. Super breakable shell. She was reacting to every single feint. Every time she was backing up with a straight line, she would open up her guard. She would flare her elbows out. But damn, she planted her feet, threw an overhand right that missed, and landed a sweeping left hook on Shauna Brown. And did the same exact thing 2 more times. The first time she did it after the repeat offense, she missed, but she did it for a 3rd time, swept her with the sweeping left hook, rocked Shayna Brown, and the referee called it. I thought Shayna Brown had enough in her to go for the fight, but I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't doubt if Turhan would have got her out of there because she did have her back turned to the referee on the final seconds of the count. So again, that wasn't much to take away besides the fact that she was on her way possibly to getting beat by Shauna Brown if she didn't plant her feet and land that sweeping left hook. Now let's look at Turhan's fight versus Usanakorn Awanag, which was a 1st round knockout. And if you go look at Awanag's record, she has been knocked out before, but never this early. And she's fought some decent punchers and went to decision with some decent punch. Again, she got hit with that sweeping left hook. She had a really good left hook to the body. I have to give her respect because her left hook to the body, when she had Awanag hurt to the corner, she landed a really digging left hook that you could see the ripples run through her actual body. Good straight right hand too as well, but again, early 1st round knockout where she walked forward like a zombie, dusted an opponent that should have never been in there with her and hurt her early. Now her fight versus Alta Moreno. Alta Moreno, tough Argentinian fighter. This is where we actually got to learn a little bit more about Elif Turhan more than anything, in my personal opinion. So she was early on with the overhand rights. She threw a lot of sweeping shots that were just melting Alta Moreno early. She is so defensively buoyed is Elif. Elif was getting cracked by Alta Moreno, not cracked because Alta Moreno doesn't necessarily have the pop, but was getting landed on shovel hooks, left hooks, checks hooks from range, getting landed on with a jab, just truly defensively void. She was just walking Alta Moreno down with mental pressure like a zombie, like I stated, and hoping to land these sweeping left hands. Alta Moreno, quite frankly, outboxed her rounds 4 through 6, and any fighter with any semblance of gears and fight IQ would have probably beat Elif in this fight. Elif just seemed to have that slight extra want to and worthy grittiness to scrap rounds 7 through 10. I thought they robbed Alta Moreno around 5 also of a knockdown too as well. I thought Alta Moreno had a knockdown where Turhan held her feet. She brought her feet together, which is a big no-no as we know, and was punching off her front foot. And she got dropped with a 1-2. It was more so of a check and then a 2. But when she got dropped in this moment, I feel like they called it a slip, but I honestly thought it was a knockdown, and they could have gave that knockdown to Alta Moreno. One thing that we saw about Turhan is she refuses to box from long range. Absolutely refuses. She walks you down to get inside and stay in the mid-range, and that's what she likes to do. Let's see here. She has a cheeky right hand. She's good at finishing the rounds, holding you against the rope and finishing the rounds, almost like Nick Ball in a way, to where she'll try to finish the round strong to give the judges something to look at against Alta Moreno. She also gets very frustrated, just like Nick Ball, trying to trip you, trying to shoulder check you, trying to just make it a dirty, grimy fight all in all. Now, again, about the gears, if she had any semblance of gears, that's really all the tape breakdown that I could find on this fight here. I was really looking for the first round knockout of Muragola too as well for Elif. But this is how I'd break down this fight, y'all. I think Elif will get beat, and I think she'll get beat soon. The reason I don't think it's going to be by Rima in this fight is I don't think Rima has the pop to keep Elif off her for 10 rounds. I don't think she has the gears to keep her off her for 10 rounds too as well. Rima is by far the more skilled boxer. By far. I think she may even have the better cardio because she holds her shape and pace well. But the one thing is Elif is so null and void in offense from a long range that she only boxes from the mid-range and the inside range that it almost doesn't gas her out. I don't think the gas is going to be too big of an issue here, but Rima does stay on the body early and often, which could be something to look into. I think Rima lunging with her head could also be something that could either lead to a disqualification or a nasty cut at some point, and it will some point in her fight. Elif cracks. I don't think Rima has fought anybody that cracks like her. And I do want to say, I think Altamirano is maybe not a more skilled fighter than Rima is, but I think Altamirano and Rima are on the same level, just about. Rima is aging, and I don't know if she's as tough as the Argentinian is in Altamirano. So if I'm going to put my money on this, I'm going to put my money on Elif to win the fight. I'm pretty confident in that. It's just how does she get it done? I can see a knockout early, but I don't know, man. Maybe Rima has just good enough fight IQ and just good enough goods to take it to distance. If I'm going to give you my honest prediction here, I'm going to take Elif by knockout, but I would not be surprised to see this fight goes the distance. With that being said, y'all, this is a true degen breakdown. You know, I crammed out the tape for my boy Guru. Sorry that it's not as clean cut as my other ones usually are, but hey, we try to get it out there for y'all. With that being said, love, peace, chicken grease. See y'all on the other side.